The Prime Minister has experienced a bruising week in domestic politics, including a backbench rebellion. But there's as much at stake abroad as at home. The White House says robust support for Ukraine in its defence against Russian aggression is key to these talks. And now the Russian president has made his most hawkish comments yet about the conflict.
If this decision is taken, it will mean nothing less than the direct involvement of NATO countries, the United States and European countries in the war in Ukraine. This will be their direct participation, and this, of course, will significantly change the very essence, the very nature of the conflict.
Sir Keir headed to Washington after a week of intense diplomatic activity. During a visit to London, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken told Sky News firing missiles into Russia must achieve a clear objective.
There are a lot of things that go into it. Do they know how to use it? And some of these sophisticated systems take training, and that's one of the other things we've done. Can they maintain it? Because if you give them something that falls apart in 7 days because it can't be maintained, that doesn't do a lot of it. And then, is it part of a coherent strategy to achieve a very clear objective? All of those things have to go into these decisions, but what I can tell you is we've adapted and adjusted every step along the way.
Mr. Blinken and Foreign Secretary David Lammy then travelled to Kyiv for talks with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, raising expectations that a missile deal was edging closer. Downing Street also says there's an urgent need for a ceasefire deal to end the war in Gaza and to secure the release of all hostages in the Middle East. The Prime Minister and the President will hold an extended meeting, focusing on strategy and how progress can be made towards long-term solutions to both conflicts. It's the Prime Minister's second visit to the White House. The leaders first met at a NATO summit in Washington just days after Sir Keir's election victory in July. Now they'll be discussing a major decision with implications both for NATO and Ukraine. John Craig, Sky News.